Welcome to the video on data model configuration in BIZUIT. Hello, and welcome to this module on data model configuration in BIZUIT. Data is the foundation of any process. In this video, we'll learn how to define the data structure necessary for processes to function properly. Let's begin with parameters and variables. In BIZUIT, process data is represented through parameters and variables. Input and optional parameters provide the initial information required to start the process. As the name suggests, optional parameters may or may not be received. Input parameters, however, are mandatory. Without them, the process cannot begin. Output parameters serve as a mechanism to return important information about the process outcome. Now, let's talk about variables. Variables represent internal data used during process execution. They are not received from outside the process, nor are they returned as output. They remain internal throughout. Next, we'll look at data types. Both parameters and variables can be of two types. Scalars, which store single values like a number, a name, or a date. And XML documents, which can hold more complex data structures, such as an invoice header and its details. Scalar parameters and variables can be defined with data types like string, integer, or date. Both scalar and document type parameters or variables can also include default values to simplify process execution. Here are a few tips for efficient data management. Clearly distinguish between mandatory and optional parameters. Use internal variables with well-defined logic to reduce the risk of errors. Leverage default values to accelerate workflows and minimize manual data entry. Let's apply what we've learned in a real-world scenario. Case study: data modeling for expense reimbursement. How do we model the data for our expense reimbursement process? And how does this data relate to the activities in the process? In this example, we'll use mandatory input parameters such as employee number, request date, reimbursement amount, and the reason for the request. We'll also use internal variables to manage status changes, evaluation results, and tracking details for each activity. See you in the next video of this class.